Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to the Ascension Network's Energy Report for the week of March 29th, 2020. How are you guys doing today? I'm going to give it a few minutes for everybody to hop on before I start diving into some of my channels. I've got quite a long list of things to share with everybody today, and I hope you all had a good week. I know me, I was diving into work because I was lucky enough to be blessed to be able to step in to work for a beautiful shop in my area where I sell some sage and help people pick out different cards and do some readings while I'm at work. So it's been a really good experience. And I think it's very different from what a lot of the collective is experiencing. And I want to help you guys understand how to get to that level where even whenever everything else is in crisis, whenever the world seems to be falling apart, people look at you and go, how can you be so abundant? How are you so blessed? And it's a mentality. It's a way of life. It's a way of being. And I definitely haven't figured out a secret. I mean, I'm only 33 years old. I'm not some wise sage yet. I'm just finding things that work for me. And hopefully by sharing my experience, you guys can understand a little bit about possibly what works for you. So let's go ahead and dive into the channels that I've received for this week. As you know, with my energy reports, I do a channel where I channel some of the guidance that I've been getting from my spirit guides, from my angels, and some of the guidance that I think the collective needs. Hello, Liberty. Welcome, welcome. I was just going through with everyone about what my energy reports entail, where we start with a live channel from me where we talk to my spirit guides and my angels, and I kind of tell you guys what to expect for the next week, and then we turn to the cards. So let's start off with the channels. The first thing I got was, if you noticed in the title, it says, "Are you well?" That's a huge theme of this week. What does wellness look like for you? What does a life well lived look like? What does it look like when you're living a life that empowers, impacts, and strengthens, hey Nikki, and strengthens your spiritual walk? A lot of us in the collective, if you've noticed, they've been really running on that root chakra energy, security, home, finances, right? Well, now they're in their homes. They're finding that they can work it out. Hey, Sheena, welcome. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for joining me. We are going through this root chakra period, right? Well, what you're being asked is whenever you are safe and secure in your home and you're spending time with loved ones, the next chakra above the root is the sacral. And the sacral chakra pushes you to create. You're being pushed to create. If you can move up and vibration from the root level, hey honey, hey Nikki, blessings, if you can move up from that root level and get out of just worrying about your security, your foundation, just your home and finances, if you can release those and let that go, you move up in vibrations. See, that's why they say release and let go in so many traditions, because as you release, as you let go, as you forgive, you literally simultaneously raise your vibration. And as you raise your vibration, it's just like the vibrations of light. The higher frequencies move from the red, the lowest vibrational light, to violet, the highest vibrational light. And our chakras are in line with that. These are what these energy wheels stand for, our levels of vibration. And you can tell by how you're acting, how you're speaking, what is happening in your life, the issues coming up. These are all ways to tap into how you're doing spiritually by seeing what is coming up in your life. If you're so focused on finances and security and just your home and survival, you're not really living, are you? You're just in a state of hunter-gatherer, of being a caveman with just a different system. Okay, we're higher evolved beings than the humans of 1,000 years ago. We've had time and blessings, and our ancestors grew so that we didn't have to work so hard. Okay, but I think a lot of us have realized that we get stuck in that survival mode. We get stuck in do or die. We get stuck in that ride or die. dog eat dog world mentality, and that lowers our vibration and blocks us from actually living life. So when I ask you, are you well? I'm asking you, are you actually worrying about how much you created today? Are you worrying about how much you sang? Are you worrying about how much you loved versus worrying about your food and foundation and home? When you let those go and you realize that the universe takes care of you just as it watches over the sparrows and the robins and all the other animals in this kingdom, our earth protects us. It is a healthy biome for us to learn and grow spiritually. If we don't ever get out of that mentality of the basics, we don't ever get to ascend. And that's what Ascension is about. Wellness. So, healers, this is for you. One message that I have been getting is, I'm a healer, and many of my other healer friends are experiencing this right now. We have more work now than we did a few weeks ago before this happened in the world, before this challenge of love and support and really looking at who we are as a society and asking ourselves, does this work? A lot of the collective is asking that, and so they're coming to us for guidance. We are essential workers. Not only I want to thank our factory workers, our truck drivers, our gas station attendants, our cashiers, our tellers, our servers, these beautiful people that have been helping us through this process to, like I said, take care of that root chakra stuff. They are important. They're our foundation. We're foundational workers as well. Healers, your job is to be a foundational worker and help be a stepping stone to higher understanding for other people. And that's who I am as a messenger. I'm here as a messenger to you to say, wake up. It's time to get out of your day-to-day survival mode and move a little higher so that you can understand higher concepts and get out of this politics stuff. And it's past that, okay? Because we have a war to fight with ourselves. It's not external, it's internal. It's a war of the heart, of where are you going to stand? Are you going to stand for just the foundational, primal, survival, sexualized culture? Or are you going to be in a culture of love and light, where everything moves in accordance with the divine purpose? See, that's me. That's where I'm striving for it. I think that's where we should all strive for, because as you do, abundance and prosperity flows in. It's like playing a video game and you get bonus points for doing certain things and not doing others, right? Okay, that's the type of thing I'm talking about. Learning to live your life so that everything reflects back a spiritual life. And healers, this is up to you to be that essential as a guide and messenger. So we have to remember our purpose, and we have to remember our value to society. It's important for us to be here. And I think a lot of people scoff at us or make fun of us. And that has kind of gotten this mentality in the healer world where they're like, well, if I want to be seen as cool or popular, I have to pretend that I'm the bad guy, right? They have to pretend that they're the baddest witch in town. And for me, when I see someone acting like that, I'm like, I'm so sorry you don't feel like you can be your unique self. Because if you're trying to be a badass and, say that you're cooler than everybody, you're operating from that survival ego thing. I'm sitting here in a t-shirt. Yeah, it says it's all good, because it is. Everything's going to be okay. Better than expected. And I didn't fix my hair really. I just kind of jumped on here. It's not about how you look. It's about your message. Okay, so know that you are valuable because of the messages in your heart. Those are important, healers. I love you, and I want you to know you're supported. And we are essential. Because think about it, people are turning to us for advice. Aren't your inboxes flooded just like mine for people trying to get advice? This is great opportunities for you to turn that into business and say, yes, I'd love to help you more, but let's talk about going deeper and then offer your services. That's what you need to be doing, is guiding people. And if you have friends who are healers, guys listening who aren't healers, if you have friends that are healers, direct your friends to them. Help people out. This is how the tribe works. We're the Grand Tribe Rising, right? We're the beautiful starseeds. We're the light workers. It's our job to create connection. So you have to stand up for your healer friends and your psychic friends, because it's through you that they make connections. It's through networks. It's through sharing. So thank you everyone that has been sharing these videos. We've been getting lots of views, and our Ascension Network has literally skyrocketed in the past 30 days. So bravo, thank you. We plan on doing more giveaways in the future. And if you want to help and support this channel, there's a donation link down below. Like, I got new light equipment, new camera equipment. I'm so excited. All thanks to you guys. So that's amazing. And you'll get to see some new decks today, because I got to purchase some more so that I can give you different insights for different collectives. So I'm really excited to share that with you. And it's all because of you. And it's even during this crazy, tumultuous time that by living a spiritually, focused life, that abundance is just flowing in. It's not about the ego. Yes, that way worked, but we realized how much it raped and pulled and stole from other people to build its foundation. It was part right. You do build off of one another, but you help one another. You don't take from or step on. You build on. There's a difference. Do you see how there's a spiritual root chakra and a worldly root chakra? For every piece of, for every perfect truth, there is always going to be an inauthentic copy. And you have to use your discernment to see that. And I think a lot of us right now in this collective are waking up and saying, this isn't the way. This isn't the way we need to go. This isn't how we need to live life. It's not worth it. We're losing people. The earth is trying to hurt us because of how much we've taken, right? So we have to realize that, how we are responsible for what happens. And the moment you own up to that and say, I'm going to live a life of gratitude and a life of thanks, take what I need and leave the rest, and give of my abundance. As I give to you right now, as I give, I receive, right? It's beautiful. Oh, thank you, Sheena. And you're one of those lovely people that helped me out a lot. So thank you. Also, next kind of midweek, a lot of us are going to be experiencing some heavy energies, okay? So it's going to be asking us to rest and recharge. And this message came through a little strange, but it was this afternoon. My cat, Artemis, she's kind of a feral cat. She used to be a little wild and crazy. She has recently started opening up, and because we've been loving and nurturing on her, and I found her nestled, just kind of laying very contently on our pile of dirty clothes, right? Because we were doing clothes today. And I was like, she's laying on our clothes because it has our scent, because she feels comforted by our presence. And she's starting to realize that, associating that with comfort and love and protection. Okay, so a lot of us are working from our homes. A lot of us are taking school classes, being with family, and so we're constantly bombarded by people in our own homes now, okay? So this is important. Someone that works from home, most of the time, I do have to tell you, it's very important to take time throughout your day and even throughout your week to make sure that you're checking in, okay? So that means finding a place of comfort. Maybe go lay on your bed and meditate for a little bit. Put on some incense that's comforting. Put on some music. Create an environment that is safe for you, that helps alleviate that root chakra issue of wanting to be in survivor mode. Whenever you add things that make you feel comfortable, it allows you to open up and you raise your vibration, because you can release your fears and anxieties, right? I feel like anxiety and worry keep us very grounded, okay? And the moment you release, it expands outward. And so then you go up through your chakras and you can get closer to that heart center where you can hear true source. And that's what I was getting from my beautiful little cat laying there. I mean, it was just so sweet to see her laying on our clothes. They weren't even clean. She just was just like, it smells like you, you know? And then the moment I walked in there, she started meowing and she wanted to be petted, and she was just like, oh, pet me. So that's kind of what happens when we create an environment where we're comfortable and safe, and we close our eyes and relax, and we just fall into that protection, Spirit, Source, comes in and sees us in our space, in the space that they created, being happy and feeling protected. And then we're like, oh, Spirit, pet me, right? You know, it's just like, that is kind of the relationship we have with Source. We are so, you know, different in this physical world that we feel so separate that we are almost smaller than Source, right? It's almost like we can't comprehend how deep it is. Well, that's kind of like the cat to the owner relationship, right? They can't comprehend us all the time. They think we're weird. We're very advanced, crazy beings, but sometimes we're stupid. And that's kind of how we feel about deity, right? So it's almost like we can't connect with them. But whenever we get nice and centered in our protection and in that beautiful moment of surrender, it's when we open up to Source and we realize this is perfect, and we get blessed, and abundance comes through, and prosperity. So you have to make time for you. Rest and recharge, okay? And the last one is the Reiki principles. And I'm going to have to pull this up here so I can read it, so I'm not constantly looking at my lap. But it's the Reiki principles, and I rewrote them a little bit to help you make them positive affirmations for your life. So the Reiki principles are normally, just for today, I will not worry. Just for today, I will not be angered. Just for today, I will be grateful. Just for today, I will live my life honestly. And just for today, I will love all life. Now, Pharaoh, happy birthday, Pharaoh, by the way. Give a huge shout out to our amazing Ascension Network creator, Pharaoh Tahar. He's been the kind of figurehead of this movement, and it's awesome that he started this platform for all of us. It's his birthday today, so send him beautiful happy birthday wishes, and happy solar return, brother. We love you, and we're so thankful that we found you and you found us. But to make these Reiki principles a little easier to remember, you might want to grab some pen and paper, because I had to write them down too. It's just for today, I will be assured. I will be assured that all of my needs will be taken care of, that all of my foundation will be taken care of, that I can start off fresh and move forward. So just for today, I will be assured. You might even want to write self-assured, okay? If you're not feeling, I can't be assured in the universe, then just say, I will be sure of myself. Just say self-assured. That's fine too. The next one, instead of I will not be angered, just say, I will be joyful. Okay, because that's important to remember, to stay in joy and not anger, right? I will be joyful. Next, this one stays the same. I will remember to be grateful. I will remember to be grateful, okay? This popped up for me whenever I was in line to pick up some food for dinner. I was getting irritated at the person in front of me because they weren't pulling forward. They were taking their time. They were on their phone, dilly-dallying. And I got in my ego a little bit. And I was like, oh, this is taking so long. I'm so frustrated. But I had that little voice that said, Bradley, you're very privileged to be able to sit in this line and to be receiving food that you didn't have to make, you didn't have to prepare, that you can just exchange some paper and get food instantaneously. So a little waiting just makes more time for you and I to appreciate life. Okay, so those foundational things, these workers that are essential for us, they're making it to where we can appreciate life a little more. So here's my challenge for you. When you're being grateful, be more appreciative of the people in your life that give you time to be you. Okay, so for me, that's my brothers and sisters of the Ascension Network. We have Pharaoh, we have Bree, Megan, Maxwell, all these beautiful people, all you beautiful followers. You guys help me out so much, and I love you, and I love this opportunity to channel for you. So I'm so grateful. So see, be grateful today. And these principles are nice because I like how they're just for today. It's not about tomorrow. It's not about in the past or yesterday. You can start today. So let's rehash. Just for today, I will be assured. If you don't feel like saying assured in the universe, you can say self-assured. I will be self-assured. The next one is the second. Number 2 is I will be joyful. I will be joyful. The third one is the one we just covered, is I will be grateful, right? I will be grateful for every opportunity in my life. And look at even the negative opportunities as opportunities for growth, appreciation, and understanding. Okay, y'all came to this earth planet to learn. None of us here, I promise you, are perfect. Everyone in the earth plane has problems, or we wouldn't be here. I'll say that again. If you're on this earth plane, you're not perfect. I'm not perfect. We have lessons to learn. So learn them, but learn them with grace and gratitude, right? And then, number 4, I will live life honestly in my career, in my relationships, in my friendships, in the way I present myself. I will be authentic. This is the authentic me. I thought I had to be nice and dressed and ripped like Pharaoh and, sweet like Brie to get on here and do lives face to face with you guys. But I don't. I just need to be myself. You already love my readings. You already love my voice. So if you get to see my face, it's even better, right? So I will be honest with how I live. Okay, and this is my honest living. I've got a painting hanging out of a thing because I just closed the curtains because the sun was too bright. It's just weird. So just live authentically. All right, and last one, number 5, is I will embrace all of life. Now this one is I will be loving to all creatures, but Pharaoh gave us a challenge, right? He said, try to explain what you do without using the words love, light, soul, spirit, all that fun stuff. So it was, I will embrace all of life. When you embrace all of life, that means you embrace the negative and the positive. You realize that there is good and bad in all things. And in your life lesson, you're realizing that even your dark times have taught you, even your negative times, even the things when you thought would break you. It's a beautiful message of how you survived, right? Okay, so now this channel came through, and this might be for some of you that are living in a little bit of a lower vibration, and negativity's coming in, fear's coming in, a lot of stuff's piling up on you, okay? The message, their eyes were watching God, came through. Okay, here's the deal. Eyes are watching you. You have a chance to come clean. You have a chance to say, I'm sorry. I know I've been living in this lower vibration. I know I shouldn't. I'm going to channel some people right here, and I know I'm going to trigger you, and I love you. I know I shouldn't be cheating on my boyfriend. I know I shouldn't be taking money off the top of the registers. Stuff like that. Stuff living in that fear that we're not going to have enough. Okay? You can't call yourself light and beauty if you're doing dark, secret things. Okay? Because you're obscuring your own light. And in doing so, you lower your vibration. And I love you all, but there are people watching this that do this. And this is for you right now. I love you. You don't have to do any of that stuff to be loved. You don't have to have more money. You don't have to have the most notches on your bedpost or the many holes in your belt, however you want to say it, to be loved. You have to love yourself first, okay? Until you love yourself and you stop looking for validation outside of yourself, you're going to be kind of like that dog chasing its tail. You're going to look silly. Don't do that. Rise above that. Find love for yourself. How? By listening to the very first part of this, right? By being in the principles of just for today. Okay, it doesn't matter how you were acting, even right up to this moment. It doesn't matter what you've done. You can ask for forgiveness and say, I'm sorry, I wasn't living my best life and I wasn't being true to myself. And for me, I have to tell you, I'm sorry, I wasn't being true to myself either. I was living in my fear where I didn't feel good enough for you guys. So that is scary for me to get in front of everybody and talk. Because even though in a room of small people, I'm a ham. But when it comes to talking to the live world of Facebook, it's a little intimidating, right? Because you got the trolls, you got everything else that's going on. But I honestly have to say, in this network, I have never had a negative comment. I have always had love from everyone. So thank you for embracing me and accepting me. And that has helped me get out of fear. So it's realizing that you have to accept yourself. And for me, it meant you guys had to accept me first. But it doesn't always have to be like that. Because if I hadn't accepted myself, I could still be fighting, right? I could still be pushing and saying, no, I'm not ready for this. Well, the more you push for it, the more it's going to come in your face until you learn the lesson. I've just got to do it and do it. And I just got to realize that even if I look foolish or silly, I've got to learn how, right? So that's what you've got to do. You've got to make a lot of us do those things, steal or cheat because we don't want to look foolish. We don't want to look like we're putting all of our eggs in one basket, or we don't want to look like we need help. It's okay to ask for help. Remember, it's okay to be grateful and joyful and say, hey, I'm not doing well. Help me, okay? So that's where your healer friends come in mind. It is okay to go to them and say, hey, can you help me? I know you do this for a living and, you can work it out. I know a lot of us healers don't always, say you have to charge up front. Like some of us will work with you. I do personally. If you want a live reading with me or if you want an energy healing, please DM me and I would be more than happy to help you guys out on this path, especially the people that I'm talking to right now in that lower vibration where your life really seems to be falling apart, where you've lost your job, you're losing friends, you're losing your love. This is an important time. This is a dark night of your soul, and these things are being taken from you so that you can learn to rise up. But if you don't learn to rise up, you will just plummet further than you did before, and you'll have to start this over again. So I don't want you to have to go through that. So please private message me if you feel called to do that. I would be more than happy to help you, okay? So now that's my channels for the week. Let's go ahead and get to the cards. I'm going to figure out how to flip this camera over really fast. So give me just a second, guys. I hope you're all having a beautiful week. Let's see here and flip. Yes, haha! It did it! Aren't you proud of me? I did it. Whoa. Okay, there we go. Now you're looking at the table. Okay, let's see here. I gotta get it just right. Give me a second. Oh, there we go. Does that look better for everybody? Okay, perfect. All right, so let's get to the cards. Now, of course, I ask that all of our spirit guides, our angels, and our beautiful creator above, great spirit, that you give a message to the collective that they can hear and understand today. I ask that you use this Palo Santo to clear away any negativity from anyone's hearts, minds, and bodies. I ask that you clear this atmosphere, that I might be a clear channel for everyone to hear divine messages from Spirit and from you. If you feel like diving deeper into the messages you've already given me, let me know in the cards. We will explore those deeper, because I know you always tend to reiterate what I say, but let's go deeper today. Let's go huge. Let's dive in. What do you say? Why not? I'm just cleansing the cards. Like I said earlier, if you would like a private message with me, just PM me. I am always open on Messenger to take your reading requests. I love doing them for you guys. It is beautiful to see the growth and change. Sheena, one of our viewers, has done many readings with me, and it's amazing the transitions her life is undergoing. So Sheena, thank you. And thank you for letting me share that. She's an incredible soul. So I think, yeah, and then I got a new tarot deck. So we're going to do some tarot as well to really, really dig into these. All right, so we've got everything cleansed. Now let's start with the Keepers of the Light Oracle. All right, Keepers of the Light, what messages do you have for the collective? Ooh, okay. So those 2 cards are jumping out. Wow, okay, Spirit, that's a little too much. So yeah, I drew that many cards. Just to go over them really fast, I'm going to keep the top 2 that I saw. But we have Lord Ganesh for some of you, the Holy Spirit, Radha, Soul Flame, Lady Venus, Downloads and Understanding, the Divine Directors, all right, you Architects, Starseeds, okay, I'm seeing stuff, Seekers, Christians, even yogis, and then I'm seeing people that channel angels. This reading is going to be for you especially. So if any of these cards right here resonate with you, please pay attention to the next 2 cards I talk about. This is talking to you directly, okay? These cards right here. The first card, woo, okay. The first card that came through is Kali Ma. Whoa. Kali Ma, Facing Fears, and Ancestor Spirit, White Eagle. Okay, so let's talk about... I've got the dropsies today, you guys. All right, so let's talk about this card right here. Kali Ma, Facing Fear. It says major spiritual changes are unfolding. This is your chance to soar. Okay, so this is just reiterating kind of what I said. And going deeper, my goodness. Going deeper with that, are you well, right? Facing your fear. What fears are blocking you from going further? Light workers, mediums, healers. What fear do you have? What pattern have you got stuck into that Kali Ma is coming in with her death dance and wanting to break through for you, okay? She's kind of looking at me very, I don't know, she's just got that look like, honey, you're better than this, right? Why are you scared? You've lived through worse. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? That's what she's telling me right now. And she's just asking me to follow me. And you see how her third eye is open? She's saying, you've seen what you are capable of. Why do you run from it? Oh, geez, this is talking right to me, guys. Why do you run from this? Okay, and then we see the beautiful flowers behind. I'm not sure if this is the actual flower, but I'm hearing hibiscus. Okay, so a lot of us are in need of vitamin C. Get out in the sunshine, drink herbal teas, make your tisanes, right? Make those tinctures, those herbal tinctures that help you get more vitamins into it. Something about, okay, Spirit, can you make this a little clearer for me so that I can understand for everyone listening? Okay, the vitamins is about... It's that, oh, there we go. Okay, the throat cleared, so that's perfect. She's saying, release the fears from your childhood. Release the fears of, it's that poverty mentality, right? Okay, and she's saying pining for vitamins. It's that feeling like you have to put something into yourself to feel complete or healthy within yourself. You don't need to take so many supplements, all right? That everything you need, you don't, like if you can't find it at the store, don't freak out. Go out in the sunlight, spend time earthing, and even spend time in meditation, because Kali Ma is the dark mother goddess, right? In Hindu tradition. So she's asking you to spend time in meditation and face your fears. Facing your fears is actually going to be even more important right now than, you know, your vitamins and stuff like that. That's the, I don't know why that's the message that's coming through. I'm sorry if this is contradictory or if it triggers any of you. Maybe it's just that, you can't get to the gym right now. So try to supplement that by going outdoors, running through the forest. Maybe you're afraid of it. Maybe you feel, so some of you, hey, all right, so this is going to hit some of you pretty hard at home. Some of you feel like going to the gym is a status thing. Oh, okay, so you've had that rug pulled under you, right? But you can get everything you need at home, and from running outside doing all that, you don't have to pay the gym membership. It's not about status, it's not about how cool you are. You need to show your growth and transformation to the world. So they're asking you to go outside, do it in your neighborhood, right? Do it in your home. Help the people around you, show them like what you do and how you can do it with items found at home. Okay, that's very important. Thank you, Kali Ma. Thank you for sharing that with our collective. And lastly, we have White Eagle, Ancestor Spirit, coming through here. He is telling us to connect to your lineage. A family wound or pattern can be healed now. Okay, so a lot of us are home with our families. But what I'm hearing is that you might be having dreams or even visitations from family members coming up this week, okay? So pay attention to your dreams of past grandmothers, grandfathers, even ancestors you might have never met if you have Native American ancestry. Possibly a teacher spirit is coming through from that line. I'm being pulled to draw another card from a different deck for this advice. With the ancestors, because it's saying it's of a higher purpose. So I'm going to be using the Blue Messiah message cards. Blue Messiah reading cards. They're beautiful. But this is going to be kind of help pull us together this root chakra with our third eye kind of crown chakra thing, because I'm seeing blue or red and blue, and anytime I see that, it's always the opposite ends, right? The polar opposites of, okay, here's the card. Okay, so these two cards came through to kind of even help us understand this a little deeper. Okay, so we're being asked to evolve the way we look at things and let go of so much of our modern comforts and everything, and try to find a way to reconnect to ourselves, who we really are. There's that DNA coming out, right? So our ancestry, and then inner visions. Look, 2 beautiful native shamans are coming through right now for our collective. So healers, light workers, angel mediums, psychics, people that work in a spiritual practitioner type job. This part right up here is for you. It's time to evolve. It's time to rethink the way you do things and really go in, combat your fears, and understand that your fear is actually a doorway that opens you to greater success. Okay? Greater success. And they're telling me this. I am a shaman. Okay? So if you want to do any journeys or any soul retrieval, please PM me. We might need to do that for some of you. Okay, that is definitely something you'd want to pray about. Talk to your deities about, your spirit guides, and ask, do I need a soul retrieval? And a soul retrieval is, in the shamanic Native American practices, is that sometimes through trauma or abuse, especially through ancestral healing, okay? Sometimes traumas and abuse, possibly even from past lives, fracture your soul, and so they don't allow you to live in your whole self, and so you always have like doubt, fears, and you don't actually fully succeed in life until you deal with these issues. And that's what soul retrieval does. So if you're looking for a soul retrieval to move through the next step, if you don't feel like you can do it on your own, I am feeling that you might need to book an appointment with me and set up a soul retrieval. So just PM me if you feel comfortable doing that. If not, you can find great ways to do it on your own. It's not something dangerous. It's something that's very intimate, right? It's very Kali Ma. It's very facing your fears and finding out what really lurks below. Okay? All right, so the next deck we're going to look at here is going to be our angel prayers. So this is for everyone that is looking for guidance from the angels. I think some of the guidance already came through, but we're going to look and see for sure what this says here as well. So is this resonating with anyone? I'm sorry about the gem stuff, man. That came through strong. I mean, I didn't... Oh. All right, so right now I'm also being told that this is very important for some of you. New connections are coming through and you can trust these people. Okay, so you're being asked to say thank you, angels, for surrounding me with people I can trust and love. Okay, because this is that yellow golden light of love and sunflowers, dandelions, protection. Okay, new beginnings. Okay, and then we have take time to breathe. Okay, we've had this card a couple of times the past few weeks on my daily card pulls. Oh, and then connect with music. Okay, so this is really telling me that some of you need to spend time with friends, okay? And I know that's hard right now, but do it digitally. Put the music on, FaceTime one another, maybe even, oh, okay, so this is cool. So do a FaceTime with one another, play some nice meditative music, and meditate with one another. Okay, walk each other through this. We're here together to connect. This is the Ascension Network, right? We're a network of individuals. So guys, if you're watching this, look down in the comments. If someone's comment resonates with you, write them, add them as a friend on Facebook. Let's create a network where we can call one another, talk to one another, and say, hey, I need an accountability partner. I'm down right now. I need someone to be in meditation with me, right? I know I do lives as much as I can, but sometimes my schedule, I'm going to open that up a little more. We're going to start doing lives on Sunday nights, Wednesday nights, and Friday nights with me. You'll have to stay tuned for whenever the other members of the Ascension Network are going to be doing their lives, but we'll have that information out to you soon. But I can't, do a live for every single person in this network. So it's going to be up to each of us. Okay, it's going to be a learning process where each of us are going to have to be our brother and sister's keeper. Okay, that you're here, you're safe. The people here are trustworthy. If you feel like someone's calling you out, or if you feel like someone is triggering you, talk to them and say, hey, man, like what you said really hurt my heart, and I want to understand deeper, right? Just come from a place of understanding and breathe, okay? So look at that. Look at when she stretches her arms, the shadow of the angel wings, right? Whenever you take time to breathe and relax and tune in, that's when divine messages flood in that really touch your heart. And it's like the music, this music here I keep seeing is the rhythm of vibration of harmony. So I just keep getting that when you connect with others and you relax into that connection, and even if it's through FaceTime, okay, like even these live readings are effective. They have YouTubers. We were just talking about this in the Ascension Network meeting we had today, but there are YouTubers out there that do sign readings, and like I do this collective reading, and it resonates with so many people. And it's like, how is that possible? Well, it's because when you tap into source code tries to tell the whole collective, this is what's going on, this is what you're learning, this is what's happening right now. And all of us at different levels of understanding receive it in different ways, and it makes a beautiful harmony and a beautiful symphony. Oh, that's beautiful, right? That music, yes. So thank you, angels, for inspiring me through the music. And then lastly, thank you, angels, I breathe with ease knowing that you're here. So a lot of us, we're at home, and we're stepping away from the 9 to 5 a little bit. We're rethinking how things go, and you haven't taken time to catch your breath. Like, you're missing out on a golden opportunity to have community and fellowship in a new way that you didn't know was possible. So the angels are calling you out on that right now, which is great. I love it that they're saying that. So let's go ahead and go to the Starseeds Oracle. All right, so Starseeds, this is for you. check out these messages. You know, all of this happens on different levels of being, but this is from your collective today. This is for my beautiful Grand Tribe Rising, Ascension Seekers, and the Starseeds and Star Blossoms out there. Hello, hello. And Seekers, if this resonates with you too, you might want to do some research and find out about, you know, how vast your soul is, that you might not have just incarnated on Earth, but in many different levels of being and dimensions. Okay, so these cards are from the higher dimension. Ooh, these are the cards. Okay, so yes, perspective is coming through, and surrender. And lastly, all right, Hiraeth. I don't know how to say that. So, excuse me for butchering that. I'm so sorry. All right, so the first card that came out is perspective. So, okay, so this is what the Starseeds are collective. This is what they're telling us. Perspective. None of this matters. Zoom out and find common ground. Okay, so this is kind of building off of this foundation here, is find the common ground. A lot of the times as Starseeds and as healers and ascension workers and, you know, spiritual practitioners, we feel so isolated. We feel so left out of the loop, right? And we want to get into our egos or do this and do that or create stuff so that we have connection. But it's saying you already have common ground because you already are human. Don't forget you're human, but also don't forget you're so much bigger than this tiny grain of sand floating through space, right? See, look how tiny the Earth is surrounded by all those stars. I mean, who knows? You might have been from this star or that star system, or you might have been from all of them. We don't know. I mean, it's so beautiful right now, all the messages that are coming through from different collectives, and they're all saying, live your light, push further, you know, move forward instead of looking back. So it's looking at that higher perspective. And then the second card coming through is surrender to sweetness, Venus energy, okay? Pleasure, joy, and make love to life. Okay, so this came out a little bit whenever we were talking about the Reiki principles of just for today, I will be grateful. Just for today, I will be joyful. And just for today, I will be assured. Okay, so all of those are setting you up. Oh, and just for today, I will embrace all of life, right? And be honesty. All of those things are great for lovers, right? So if you're coming in assured and you're self-assured, that's sexy. If you're joyful and you're grateful, that is sexy. If you are, you know, being honest and embracing all of life's experiences, that is sexy. Okay, so this is telling me that when you surrender to your sweetness, the universe finds you most attractive. Okay, your collective is saying to really learn this manifestation and to really learn the lessons you need to learn during this time is just to be in a moment of pleasure and ecstasy of getting to be home. You know, remember the small stuff, remember this sweet moment and say, thank God I have this time right now. Instead of worrying about all of the root chakra stuff, think of all the opportunities you have now to make memories with your family, beautiful times with your children, with your partner, and with yourself. These might be times that you create something that lasts forever, okay? Like a book or a novel or that screenplay that you've been pushing off and pushing off and pushing off, but you know you have time. Embrace this sweetness, surrender to it, surrender to your passions, okay? And Venus energy is coming through. With Venus, I'm also seeing the muses walking with her, okay? Because we got the music and trustworthy friends and inner vision and evolution coming through above. I'm feeling that the muse energy is coming, so you got to move into that sacral chakra, you know, that sexy creation, beautiful ball of juicy orange fire. Yeah, so get into that energy. And then, like a lotus, it helps the lotus expand and the sun shines and abundance pours in. Now, a lot of you may be feeling this with this Hiraeth. I'm going to say Hiraeth. If that is wrong, someone correct me. It might be Hiraeth, but it's a star system, okay? And it's a spiral galaxy. And you may have been feeling that lately with the collective, okay, Starseeds, we're strong empaths, okay? So you may be feeling very homesick right now and thinking these humans are weird. They hurt one another. They, even whenever they're all sick, they still fear one another. No one's helping. A lot of that fear mentality is being picked up by you, okay? So I'm being reminded perspective, okay, and surrender to the sweetness. So surrender to creation, maybe even take time to isolate yourself, get away, right? Remember, we talked about that in the channel, rest and recharge. But the solution for this longing for home is, and homesick for the stars, is that you're never separate, okay? So that's that perspective, is that you are never separate. Right now, you are going through an evolution and your inner vision is increasing so much that you're actually starting to connect to your collective in a telepathic, actual, real, working way. Okay, so some of us have been just doing this through dreams. Some of us have had little visions here and there. But right now, they're saying, the collective is saying, I have heard your call. I have heard how lonely you are. We didn't realize Earth was going to be this hard for you or for all the other star seeds. There were some things that have happened in your lifetime that we did not expect or we didn't calculate for. So the collective is coming in and they're sending you pink energies. So, okay, Starseeds, this is going to be very important to remember. I want you to, when you sit in meditation, okay, when you take your time to breathe and you go on your inner vision, when you get these sensations of your head spinning or you feel like you're falling, but it's that feeling of falling or spinning, just dysphoria, and maybe even like equilibrium off sensation. These are upgrades, okay? And it's the energies hitting you and you're not vibrating with it. Well, to resonate with it, remember the spiral, okay? It's like a spider's web. The energy is too much on just you, and if it hits you, it can burn up your chakra system, causing issues, causing physical manifestations of illness. And I feel like this is a lot what's happening in the collective right now, that as the energy rises, they're not attuning to it. So Starseeds, you're being given a message. Create protection by actually spiraling the energy. So visualize all of the high volatile energies that are pummeling you right now, visualizing them swirling in a vortex down through you and around you and into Gaia, okay? If you need to, take a crystal and hold it in your hands and actually imagine the energies floating into that, spiraling down through your chakras, through your crown, from the sky, into the crystal and down into the earth, okay? This helps you root it in. So what that does is that not only anchors the higher frequencies, okay? I'm being told that not only anchors the higher frequencies, that also allows us to feel it a little better because it's not so intense, right? It's not too much. It's not overwhelming. Okay, so let's pull some tarot cards for some clarity. All right, so the first card we're pulling out is going to be for this row right here. So I've gone across. Now we're going to go vertical. So we have evolution, trustworthy friends, and perspective. Okay, so what does all this mean? This is going to be coming from my new deck. Ooh, okay, that's too many cards, Spirit. Just give me one. Okay, this new deck, I have it right here under all my paperwork, is called the Mystical, ooh, knocking stuff over, called the Mystical Manga Tarot. Okay, so this is an awesome deck that I just found, and I love it. It is so cool. If you like anime, manga, anything like that, you're gonna love these images. Okay, so this is just telling me I drew the 10 of coins or the 10 of discs or the 10 of pentacles, however you want to call it. This is all about heart and home, success, reunited with loved ones, right? Coming home after a long journey. So it's kind of resonating with over here, but it's saying over here, that's kind of what I'm feeling with trustworthy friends. A lot of us are hearing right now, especially with this 10 of coins, this is it. Like, this is the moment we came here for. Our collective is finally coming through perfectly. All of our soul tribe is aligning. We're all here. Everyone's present. Let's do this. Okay, like, that's what I'm hearing. Like, this is the 10 of coins coming through saying, like, success is right around the corner. You're almost through with your mission. Everything's going to be fantastic and exciting. And, just hold on. Help is on the way, right? You're evolving right now to really get this beautiful perspective that you're doing amazing. Everything is working out exactly as it should. And next on this row, we have take time to breathe and surrender to the sweetness. We have the Page of Wands, okay? So that's perfect because the Wands is all about your passion, your, creativity. So again, Venus is coming through with the Muses here saying re-spark that creativity, okay? In this time of break, in this time of, slow movement, in this time of introspection and being at home, you're being asked to create what wants to come through in creation for you. And lastly, from our Manga, the Ace of Cups. All right, so just like every ace, this is a seed that will need to be planted and nurtured. But this is one of the most positive cards that can possibly come from the tarot deck, aside from the 10 of Pentacles or the 10 of Cups. But the Ace of Cups is coming through and saying this is a time for where you are connecting. Everything is in harmony in your life. And this longing for home and this homesickness for the stars, it's your wishes granted, okay? So you may have wished that your collective was here. You may have wished that the angels were here. You may have wished that help would come. It's here, okay? So look around you. Find your friends. Follow the music, right? Follow your inner vision. What is Spirit telling you? What messages is trying to come through to alleviate this feeling of separateness, this homesickness, okay? Because that is the Holy Grail that is going to give you eternal happiness and, like this beautiful bliss, right? And it's going to go through a beautiful journey. And I'm feeling that with this being a seed and the 10 of Pentacles kind of being like a completion card of coming home, like your mission, okay, I'm going to draw one more card to kind of verify this, but I feel like that's true. The Ace of Cups is saying your mission, if you choose to accept it, is to help the new era and aeon of Aquarius come in. Because look at this watery water bearer, right? This crowned in glory. I feel like we're here to really change things up, okay? So this opportunity is for all of us to network, make connections, and basically start planning the new earth that is coming through, because it's time. Okay, guys, it's time. But let's pull one last card of advice. And yes, okay. So this Two of Swords, usually this means indecision, okay? Or disloyalty, I think, sometimes in some decks. But this card is actually showing me that you are ready, okay? So the Two of Swords is showing that moment right before battle where you take the breath, you look around you, and you have all your comrades, and just that battle thrum is starting right before you're about to strike, or right before lightning hits, right? Or right before you go on your mission. This is that moment of, right? Okay, so we're getting a quiet moment before we have to really get to work. So pay close attention as Friday rolls around. I feel like really there's going to be some new information coming on. I will be going live Wednesday to check in on you guys and do a pick a card or pull a card reading for all of you. So if you're looking forward to that, I will see you Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thank you again all so much. Again, if you would like to donate or support, the link is down below if you enjoyed these messages. And if you would like a private reading with me or a soul retrieval to help on some of this ancestral stuff, this ancestral healing, and if you're a starseed and you're feeling disconnected, please also approach me for a soul retrieval, because I feel like something there's, for some starseeds out there right now, you are living two lives, right? It's like you can't join your physical with your starseed being, so you just need a little help connecting to your collective, and I would be more than happy to teach you how to do that. So, okay, so just remember, I'm so excited because right now this is the calm before the beautiful blast of light coming through, okay? So things are going to get a little crazier before they get better, okay? So I feel like a lot of channels have been telling this, but right now you're just being told to trust, take a breath, and connect to your heart music, okay? You guys all have a blessed week. I love you so much. I hope you enjoyed the channels, and I hope you enjoyed this reading. I love you all so much. Have a beautiful, beautiful day, and remember, you are loved, you are enough, and you are perfect as you are.